I just want to speak to the business owners. I want to speak to the business owners who are watching, and especially for the employees of some of these businesses that uh, are on the front lines, the actual boots on the ground that are grinding day in and day out. And we have to be aware and cognizant of what's going on. And the headlines are clear. CNBC, finance, banks, industry, markets, Wall Street. The headlines are clear. Consumer spending is going to rapidly deteriorate and decline as we continue on with the Fed and their push to try to tame inflation. But we also have global impacts from around the world of other financial institutions ultimately having an impact on the economy worldwide. And the reason why I'm saying this is that small businesses and employees, self-employed folks out there who have built respectable businesses, becoming entrepreneurs and generating their own income by way of discretionary consumer spending, you are probably going to start feeling the squeeze as budgets get tight, money becomes more expensive to borrow, and discretionary spending is eliminated as folks are going to be putting every single dollar towards necessities, essentials, needs, food, water, shelter, utilities, and these are already getting swallowed up and eaten up as inflation continues to chip away at their buying power. While the uncertainty of the banks, the banking situations, the safety of people's money in the banks, potential bail-ins, and huge catastrophic crash, banking industry crash on the biggest scale that we would have ever seen in history, is going to make it so that the folks that do have the money are going to sit on it, and they're probably going to sit on it outside of the bank, or at least move it to a different banking institution that isn't at great risk of being tied up in some of the downward trends that we're seeing occurring right now. And if you guys aren't aware, just comment below, contact me if you want more information. But also by putting their money, their savings, their cash, their assets into other assets, potentially cash flow producing assets, so that they don't have to rely on the return of these meager interest rates and savings accounts and different things like that don't even come close to keeping up with inflation. Inflation being as high as it is right now. Despite the reports, inflation is closer to like 20%. It's crazy. You're not getting 20% back on your account balance in your savings account. Meanwhile, it's sitting in the bank, potentially at risk if that bank were to have suffer a financial catastrophe where the government's not going to bail them out. The banks are just going to use a bail-in as their recourse, their safety net, and ultimately transfer the dollars associated with the account balances that you and I hold in these banks and trading them for these worthless shares of bank stock if we were to see this catastrophic failure. Meanwhile, if you were to compare the two, you would think that, all right, so if the banks fail and your money is gone and they give you this worthless stock, you know, imagine where that would put you. Meanwhile, you own cash flow producing assets outside the bank that continuously bring you money. So me personally, I would rather have the cash flow producing assets so that every single week, every single month, even sometimes every single day, I'm getting paid, and I can take that money in cash and have it and reinvest it or put it somewhere else safe that's not in these banks that could potentially be stealing folks' money. But the businesses that are going to more than likely, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, it's not financial advice, the businesses, in my opinion, that are going to thrive through this, that are going to survive through this, are the businesses that support businesses. All right, so you got the businesses that support businesses, and then you have the businesses that pretty much facilitate necessity. Necessity being food, water, shelter, health, wealth, well-being, and more than likely transportation. Probably be the most essential businesses. Now, the businesses that support businesses, the reason why they'll survive is because business is essential. Not so much businesses that support habits and addictions. Although, in contrast, if you think about it, bars and nightclubs and various other establishments will probably still make it. But when I talk about essentials, I'm talking about the businesses that support the grocery stores, the businesses that support the hospitals, the businesses that support emergency services, the businesses that support automotive maintenance and repair, the businesses that support transportation. Those are the ones that are going to continue to be in high demand as the businesses are going to support the businesses, and they have to in order to stay in business. Whereas the businesses that are supported by purely the consumer, that is based on marketing, advertising, sales, promos, deals, rewards programs, and flashy banners and people twirling signs on the corner, those can go by the wayside because people can go without buying expensive, non-essential, unnecessary items. And if they choose to and or are forced to because of the reduction of their income, the lower purchasing power of their money as a result of inflation, the coupled with the fears of what's going on in the market and the potential downslide overall, they're going to want to hold on to every dollar. You're going to have probably two trains of thought. You're going to have the folks out there that want to retain every single dollar possible and not waste it on anything. And then you have the other ones out there who frivolously spend everything, possibly spend it before they get it. But those in that category, the latter, they're not going to be able to do that because they'll probably lose their jobs and or inflation will just eat them up and they won't even have any money left over if they choose to pay their bills to waste on new sneakers, new shoes, jewelry, luxury items, fancy dinners, hair and nails, all that other stuff that is just not important right now. So as a business, I would prefer personally, and as an employee of a business, I would think, do I work for a business that supports business, or do I work for a business that relies on the average consumer to walk in and want to waste money? There's nothing wrong with having a business that sells products that are ultimately a waste of money, but you do need to understand and realize that that is who you are, that is what you do, that is where you're relying on your income to come from, and now may be a great time to reevaluate your situation so that you don't find yourself down the road thinking, man, we don't have any business, the holiday season is trash, nobody's buying anything. We still have to cover our overhead. We still have to cover our costs. And the consumers do not have it in them. They are not confident, and they are putting their money into necessities and saving. And investors are investing in building more. And us being a commodity item of basically luxury and just wasted money, now we don't have a business. Now we don't have any clients. Now we don't have any customers. We don't have any revenue. And now we are ultimately going to face the demise and collapse as a result of the economy and what's going on around the world. So I just wanted to share that with you guys and let you know my thoughts and my opinions on where things are going. Yeah, sure. There was a time where everything was great. Money was flowing, and pretty much any business could have survived. Any business could have survived and thrived and just destroyed it and killed it, made a ton of money. But now people's mindsets are changing on their own and are being forced to by what's going on around the world, what's going on with the banks. Credit Suisse is a big deal right now. Possible huge catastrophic banking industry crash, what the Fed is doing, what they're pushing for, global conflicts going on around the world, Russia, Ukraine, China, Taiwan, Iran. This is unbelievable times right now. And if I want to plan to survive, then I want to make sure that I'm aligned with what's going to allow me the financial ability to still pay my bills and feed my family and keep a roof over our heads. And in my opinion, that's going to be 100% directly related to supporting businesses. And if you want to know more about what opportunities and what industries and what niches directly tie into supporting businesses so that you can align yourself and your business with it, then feel free to hit me up. My information is in the description below. I'm always here to help you guys. And as always, watch this video and check out this one too. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, share, comment, like. You guys take care, be safe. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.